Hey y'all, today on the farm, I'm in beautiful downtown Iron City, Georgia. It's a thriving metropolis of just over 300 people, and we're at the DeMott Farm Equipment Auction. At this particular auction, they're running 2 rings, and they got them set up in the tents instead of having a truck. A lot of them down south, they have an auction truck that goes down the lines and auction off stuff in directly in front of the truck. But this one, you come out here and look at the equipment, and then you go back and sit in the tent and bid on it. And good friend Harris Brown's walking the auction with me today. We're checking out different things. I'm actually in a lot of videos, or a fair amount of videos on YouTube that aren't on my channel. I'm on a couple of his channels. He has Blakely Feed and Seed, and he has Call Me Harris. He actually filmed a video, what I would say is probably the best video I've ever been in, on the Call Me Harris channel. We're out on my farm shooting rifles. I put a link to that in the description. But me and Harris come down here to DeMott today to check out all the tractors.
Hey, $49.55. I think, you tell me, Patrick, because I quit farming with my dad back in the 90s, so I don't know, but that was the 55 series I thought was a good series.
47.55 through 49.60 are the best tractors John ever made, my opinion. This is a very good tractor, very good tractor. A lot of times these will get a leak in the diesel tank. Looks like this one has got it. I see where the diesel has been on there. It's been cleaned up though. The diesel tank would wear out, get worn from vibration and wear a little pinhole in them. That's common. Got the power shift. I like it. Needs a headliner kit. It's got a steering wheel kit. Check this. Somebody has put guidance on a 47 or a 49.55. Super cool. Super cool. I've never been in a sound guard deer with a guidance system. Wow. Super cool. Don't typically see a lot of New Hollands down here in the southeast. It's gonna be cool to see what these bring at auction. A lot of the New Hollands down here actually don't bring that much money compared to what they bring in other parts of the country, because southeastern guys just don't use New Holland. I do like the simplicity of this. I've gotten in New Holland tractors that were massively overcomplicated, but this one I do like. Look how simple, not a lot of frills, just basic. I like basic, I like it. Basic means reliable, and I think this is about as basic as you can get. What you think on the M4?
Well, I walk past all these green tractors. You know, Patrick likes to get the green tractors a lot, and there's a lot of them on here, and there ain't that many orange tractors because nobody wants to get rid of them. That's my view on it. This right here is a little bit bigger, newer model than the one I drive, and I got to sit in it.
All right, check it out.
Hey, for this small of a tractor to have a buddy seat in it, you know, this is this has got
I do like the analog controls to digital. Everything's analog. That's basic. That tends to be more reliable.
Yep. Already got a lift on it. Boy, and for me, and I don't know if it's because I'm used to driving, you know, a Kubota, but that's right where I need it to be, right there.
We got a more modern Massey Ferguson right beside it. Baby doll, somebody painted the wrong color, or they hadn't painted it all yet, got it in primer. I grew up on one of these. I tell you what, the Massey Ferguson 165 is an all-time legend in agriculture. I love the 165s. I have a 135 and my dad has a 165 that my grandpa bought new in 1964. The Perkins engines on these tractors will be here long after the nuclear holocaust. They are hyper reliable. It looks like this one may need a little love. Now that is a good looking 135. I have a 135 at my house that is currently in a restoration process. It's on some videos on this channel. Mine does not look quite this good. It's in similar condition, but maybe not quite as good. I don't even So you had a golden Jubilee?
I had it in a lot better shape, and I sold it for way too cheap.
Yeah.
I sold it for like $4,500 or something, and it was painted and everything.
This right here, if I was at the Deanco auction in Headland, this would be what Donnie Dean calls a baby doll. This tractor is really nice, really clean. Looks like someone probably invested in a paint job before bringing it to auction. I think the paint job before auction always pays dividends. You get a decal kit, fresh coat of paint on it, it will pay you back at auction sale time. This is a John Deere 5510, and of all the small John Deere tractors, the ones in this power range, this class, the 5510s are my favorite. I love the 5510s. I worked at a peanut mill in high school, so after school was over, I'd go out there and I would drive the 5510, moving peanut trailers around. These tractors were bulletproof. If a couple of teenagers during peanut season can't tear them up, it's pretty hard to tear them up. Harris and I were talking about 4240s on the way down here, and a lot of times I will look ahead at what's at the auction online before I get here, but I didn't see this. I didn't do a lot of research, but I told him that I was interested in a 4240 or a 4640 for a restoration
I thought you were talking about a 4230.
Yeah, a 30 or a 40.
But a 40 is a better series in my opinion. Now you told me John Deere said the 4640 is the best tractor John Deere ever made.
That's right. That's right.
I would agree with it. We had a 4840 on the farm.
This one's cool, needs paint. I like tractors need paint because I can do that. Side screens. It's actually got a good seat in it. Needs a headlight kit.
No farm is nice.
Yep. Battery box. Crankset starter. So crankset starter is what you call a major safety concern, because this joker will crank up and run over you. Missing the cow right here. So this tractor, crack roof, will actually bring a pretty low price, but I believe you can buy this tractor and spend $2,500 on it and get a significantly higher price for it come next year.
First tractor, so we were old school farmers farming in the 70s and 80s, you know, we were out of it by 95 or so. We had drove 40, 430, 46, 40s, all these different things. The first new tractor to us that we bought was a 7800. That's 7810, the next series. But as a young, I was like 17, 18 years old, I fought for that tractor every day because it rode so much better than that old 4840.
Yeah. To me, that was a first step toward modernization.
No, it was.
That was a giant leap. It's a giant leap from right here to right there.
That's the next.
That's only a couple years.
Yeah.
But it was a giant leap.
And I knew it because I was inside that thing and telling everybody else, y'all can't have this tractor, my tractor. So we have a DEF case tractor. This uses DEF, 5,679 hours. And then we have a pre-DEF. This one is a little bit higher horsepower, but it is older. It is pre-DEF. Lately, a lot of pre-DEF tractors have been bringing more money than the newer DEF models. This one's been kept in relatively good shape. Doesn't appear to be ragged out. I've taken a lot of criticism on former videos for saying New Hollands were complicated on the inside. A lot of people vehemently opposed that assumption or that analysis of mine. I stand here and present case in point. And then we got a whole nother group of buttons up here.
You can do this a lot simpler than this. I have no problem with New Holland. If you like New Holland's good for you. I'm sure they are fantastic tractors. For my taste, they are overcomplicated in the controls. This is the 740. So we've gone in this one. How do we turn that loud air off? Good gracious alive. In this New Holland versus that one, we've gone to a lot more analog control instead of digital, but still is just so complicated. You could do this with less buttons, you could do it with less switches, you could make it simpler than this. That one a lot more digital, this one a lot more analog, but still both of them, in my opinion, massively overcomplicated. What do you think an old silage chopper goes for, Harris?
I have no clue. Never done.
Go ahead and ballpark it, because right up under you the price is written on the screen right now.
Ballpark this?
Yeah, ballpark it.
20,000.
4,238 engine hours. You're saying 20 grand?
I don't know. I don't think anybody uses that around here. I say 15.
15,000?
15,000.
Got some extra parts here. That's not good. Of Case 250s, Case Magnum 250s. Well, these have been very well maintained. It is hyper clean in here. Tractor's in very nice shape. I'm sad to see tractors like this at the auction, y'all. The farming community is broke right now, and you can say Trump or you can say Biden, you can say whatever you want to. That's all beside the point. The point is, farms are broke. We're bankrupted. All the farmers are bankrupted. In my area, I got approved for an operating loan. I know one of my neighbors got approved for an operating loan at the regular time, which would be, you know, January. Right now it's the last week of March, and all the other farmers I know have not been approved to operate this year. Typically we'd be done planting corn and we'd be more than halfway through our land prep, and all the farmers are still sitting at home because the banks can't tell them if they're going to allow them to farm or not. That is not a result of what's happened in the last 30 days, 60 days. Farmers don't get paid weekly. We have to plant a crop. We have to grow the crop. We have to harvest the crop, and then we have to deliver the crop. The last auction video I did, I had at this point over 2,000 comments on it. Most of them were very hateful and resentful comments targeted at me and my family, and most of them at Donald Trump. I got news for you. We have to grow a crop and deliver it before we find out what the policies of a president is going to be. So Donald Trump coming into office doesn't overnight bankrupt all the farmers. However, 2023 and 2024 are the worst two economic years in U.S. farm history. Total history. That was on Joe Biden's watch. You can say it wasn't Joe Biden's fault. That's fine. Everyone's entitled to opinion. It may not be Joe Biden's fault, but it happened while he was in office. Donald Trump didn't bankrupt the farmers. It happened while Joe Biden was in office. That is a fact. Will Donald Trump fix it? I don't know, and you don't know. Neither one of us can read the future. I hope Donald Trump fixes it. You would be wise to hope he fixes it as well, because this is where your food comes from. This is where the whole communities are affected. If farmers fail, the people we buy diesel from fail. The people that we do business with fail. So it ain't just the farmers that sit at home. When the farmers break, it breaks the entire economy. And we are broke at this point. The crap has already hit the fan. It's not a matter of what's gonna happen. It's already through the fan and spreading out. The farmers are broke. This ain't something that can be fixed in 30 days. This ain't something that can be fixed in a year. It's gonna take a little bit of time to fix this. And Joe Biden, Donald Trump, neither one of them can fix this overnight. I don't think neither one of them can fix it in a year. I don't think there's a man on this planet that can fix it in a year. You know, you can trust the Lord Jesus Christ, and you can put your worries behind you. But if you trust a politician, right or left, conservative or liberal, you put your trust in a politician, you will be let down every time. And that's all I got to say about politics on this. I have a lot of people that hate me for the videos that I'm a farmer, and they believe. I never said I voted for Trump on video, but a lot of people just assume because I'm a farmer. And some of them I've had to actually block them from YouTube because they are being very violent and very provocative in their threats and all the different things they're saying. That's wrong. Letting hate consume you is wrong. I don't care who you voted for. I'm friends with a lot of people that are uber liberal, and we get along just fine. If y'all were watching at the Headland auction, I bid on this statue, maybe the very one. It looks just like it. It turns out wooden Indians are a lot more expensive than you think they are. This is something I've never seen at auction, or well, this is something I rarely see at auction. This is at I saw Versatile at the Lee County auction, the Weeks auction 2 years ago. But the Versatile 290, super cool tractor. I love Versatiles because they have Cummins engines in them. Cummins are hyper reliable. I also like that the Versatiles are more easier to work on than any other tractor brand on earth. Incredibly easy to work on these tractors. And I know some of you are going to say because you got to work on them. Well, I got news for you. You got to work on every tractor. Don't matter what brand it is. They all tear up. They all have to be worked on. The Versatile cabs are giant. And what I see about this one is the door latch is broken. The door's been running open, and there's mud and dirt and crap everywhere in here. Instead of fixing a $30 or $40 latch, they've let it destroy the interior of the tractor. Wow. Wow. Some of y'all have commented in the past about me getting on tractors and turning them on. It's actually common down south to get in the tractors, crank them up, and drive them around. If you're on an excavator, you see people picking up the arms and moving around and working them. It's common down south at these auctions to do that, because if you're gonna drop $120,000 on a tractor, it is highly advisable to crank it up and see if the transmission works, if it will roll, see if it shifts gears correctly. So super common down south to see the machines moving around at the auction. If anybody's in the market for a good used water truck, I know where one's sitting at right now. All right, let's see, we opted to not have a seat belt. Oh wait, we do have a seat belt. There it is, right there, hooked in this. You got the pliers down there, and you take this strap right here, hook it around over there. Automatic, that's good. We got air brakes, fuses, easily accessible. I like it a lot. If it catches fire, we got the water valve right here, we can blow it out. No doors. So this particular model doesn't need air conditioning because you don't have doors or a windshield, so you always have a cool breeze while operating it. That is a plus. I am back from the auction now, and I'm trying to finish up planting my corn. I have a video coming out shortly about this no-till versus strip-till corn. Y'all look for it coming. I did not, sadly, I did not win the wooden Indian again. Thankfully though, my wife doesn't watch my videos, so she doesn't even know that I'm going to auctions and bidding on wooden Indians. So that works out, I reckon. But anyway, I thank all y'all for watching. I hope to see you next time.